The NHL for another year is in Florida, but it's not with the Tampa Bay Lightning. No, it's with the crowd of the Southern Florida Panthers. A lot of people thought that this series was going to be swept by the Golden Knights when they went up 2-0. The Florida Panthers have been dealing with a couple of immediate injuries early in this series. They had a week off. Bobrovsky was not the same goalie throughout the playoffs. And being that they had a week off and the Golden Knights really played through against Dallas, it benefited the Golden Knights. It didn't benefit the hot Florida Panthers. The Florida Panthers are the younger team. I'm not saying the Golden Knights are old, but they're the veteran team. The Florida Panthers are the younger team. They're the team that's not been there before. The Florida Panthers, the last time they actually were in the Stanley Cup Finals was in '96 against the Colorado Avalanche when they had one good weapon, and that was their goaltender in John Van Beesbroek. And they lost in 4 games in triple overtime against Patrick Roy. This series is far from over. I expect Florida to come back tonight, win Game 4, tie this series 2-2, and take this series to 7. I said it. If somehow Florida comes back in this series when they were down 2-0, they would have to win an overtime game. And the reason why is throughout this playoff run, they go through those overtimes and they pull off a win, and it changes the whole outcome of that series. It gives them like a boost. Has anybody watched the cartoon Gummy Bears, and when they drink this potion, they can hop and they have special powers? That's what they are. The playoffs are their potion that gives them that juice that they need to believe that they can compete with the Las Vegas Knights. Matthew Tkachuk scored a big tying goal in game number 3 to get it into overtime and then winning in overtime. So I expect Florida to come out strong tonight. I expect him to win tonight and take this series to 7. It will be fun all the way through. The NHL playoffs, the best in professional sports. I know a lot of Ranger fans and Islander fans would love to bring in this kid, DeBrincat. He is a talented player, but he is going to be very expensive. The Senators, who I think are an up-and-coming team, and I don't know if they're going to trade him. Why would they do that? They have a new owner coming in Ryan Reynolds. He looks like he's going to buy the team with a bunch of co-owners that he's bringing in. Where they are as an organization with the talent that they have in their farm system, the young talent that they have right now, after making some trades at the trade deadline, I cannot see them trading Alex DeBrincat this offseason. I think they will start the season with Alex DeBrincat, and then if he starts off the season and they start winning and they start playing at the top level like a lot of people think they could, they have one of the best goaltending prospects in all of hockey. I believe Alex could change his mind. He's 25 years old. He's not happy there. This team hasn't made the playoffs. We said the same thing about the Winnipeg Jets, and they traded away pieces. They brought in new coaches, and now you saw what they did this year. So it's quite possible that the Ottawa Senators can transition and be a playoff contending team next year. I think Alex DeBrincat is the guy out of all the guys that we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, and even him and Dubois, he's the one I think the Senators will hold on to. I do believe Dubois will be traded this offseason. The Winnipeg Jets do not need him. They can get a boatload of players for him. He's 24 years old. This kid is as young of a talent right now that hasn't even reached the surface of talent that this kid could have. This guy could be a 40-goal scorer. This guy could give you 70 assists a season, and he could play multiple positions, and he's fairly a good defensive offensive player as well. He's a guy that a lot of teams could use, the Rangers being one of them. The Islanders, another one. I don't know if the Rangers are a cup contender, so does he want to be there? The Islanders, I don't know if they're a cup contender. Does he want to be there? Could the Rangers and the Islanders make a move for a guy like Pierre Luc-Dubois? Absolutely. Are the Canadians going to make a run for him? He wants to be Canadian. The Canadians are a young team. They stink. Yeah. They're not making the playoffs next year. If he's willing to go to another team that fails, he has to get out of the Blue Jackets. If he doesn't like a team, he doesn't like an organization, he's going to push his way out. He's not one of those guys that's going to sit there and say, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? He wants the team to play well now. And he's just in a position right now where he's in the driver's seat, and he could be very, very soon in the next year or two a restricted free agent too. So I believe the Winnipeg Jets, who are a young team, they have a talented farm system, played very well this year. They have a tremendous team. I don't think they need Pierre Luc Dubois. So I think they will trade him in the offseason.